Well, today we're going to be talking about Black Adam.
No. I say we talk about Black Panther.
Let's just talk about both of them.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about the blacks. Oh, man. So wrong. All right. This is the movie
I feel like I want to take that over.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
Okay. Today we're going to be talking about Black Adam.
No. Let's talk about Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever.
Well, let's talk about both of them.
Let's do it. We had not one, but two superhero movies released this month. One from Marvel, one from DC. So let's talk about them both. I say we start with the one that came out first, Black Adam.
All right, yeah. Let's go ahead and talk about Black Adam. What'd you think?
Black Adam. I think I think nothing special. I think there was nothing special about it. If you want to factor in that we've heard about the making of this movie for, 3-4 years?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then this is what it was?
Well, I mean, I wasn't that excited about it. Like, were you excited to... Well, let me ask that again. Did you even know who Black Adam was before they announced that The Rock was playing Black Adam?
I knew it was a comic book character. I am not the biggest comic book aficionado. I just kept to the main ones. You know, when I was a kid, I kept to the main Batman, Superman, Spider-Mans. I did not go into this in-depth story of Black Adam, but I knew of him.
Okay.
And then when The Rock was casted as Black Adam, which, again, we heard about it like 3 or 4 years ago, and I was excited about it. I'm like, I'm excited for him to take on that role, and I'm also excited for him to be introduced to the DC universe. I think that it's about time that he's in a superhero movie.
Yeah, well, when they announced it, DC movies were in like a rocky place. They weren't doing too well. So it's kind of like when you're making plans with your friends that you're not sure if you want to go to. It's like, yeah, I'll be there if the party happens. And so I think that's why it took so long for them to actually get Black Adam off of his feet.
Well, I was excited about it because when it comes to Marvel and DC, I do lean more DC.
Okay, wait, for movies or just the characters in general?
Characters in general and movies, I'd say.
Okay.
Most of the time, I'm more excited about the DC movies, but lately, Marvel has been producing a little bit better than DC.
Yeah, dude, I think they've all been producing better than DC for a long time. I do enjoy DC movies.
Pixar has been producing better than DC for a while.
I mean, I enjoy the characters like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, like all those characters more than Marvel, but I enjoy the Marvel movies more for a rewatchability factor. The DC movies I thought were good. Most of them were pretty good, but it's just they're so long and it's like a drawn out. You have to be in a mood to watch it, and it doesn't really have a lot of rewatchability. Except for Shazam. Shazam had a lot of. It was a fast-paced movie. It was a fun, almost like Marvel-esque movie.
Shazam was instantly added to my movie stash. It is officially like one of my Christmas movies that I watch.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So there is a character in both Black Adam and Wakanda Forever.
Okay.
No, I take that back. Not a character. There is an actor in both Black Adam and Wakanda Forever that I didn't need you to be in this movie. Okay? And for Black Adam, it's Pierce Brosnan.
You don't like Pierce Brosnan?
Does anybody have a poster on their wall of Pierce Brosnan growing up?
I did.
No, you did not.
I had a James Bond poster.
That James Bond?
Yeah.
That's so funny that I think. Yeah, I know you're making that up.
But I've seen those posters, but I don't know if I've seen them on anybody's wall. They've just been.
Was anybody sitting at home going like, "Fuck, we need a let me take that again. Was anybody sitting at home going, we need a Pierce Brosnan comeback? No, he's not Brendan Fraser. He's not Harrison Ford. Like, nobody was dying to see him in a movie again. He was just in it. And we were like, okay. And I actually think that he was my least favorite part of the movie. He's my least favorite character in the movie. I like the superhero that he plays. I like his helmet. I think it looked cool. But it literally could have been anyone else and I would have been more excited. You know who I wanted to see it be? Was Harrison Ford.
Oh my god,
that
would have been awful.
No, it wouldn't have. It would have been fucking so rad if Harrison Ford's walking around with this fucking cool ass gold helmet. We need him in a superhero movie.
Well, Harrison Ford is in a new superhero movie.
Which is what?
He's joined the Marvel universe as the Secretary of State guy. He's replacing one of the old actors.
Okay,
and he basically turning into the Red Hulk.
Oh, okay, cool. That's exciting news. I mean, that's great, but Pierce Brosnan, I've never seen a movie with him I enjoyed. In general, I'm not.
This is Doubtfire.
Okay. It's not the top of my list. I've never seen a Pierce Brosnan movie that I'm excited about. In general, I'm not a fan of James Bond movies.
Yeah.
Which I know a lot of people disagree with me there. I mean, obviously, it's a fucking empire of success. But I've always found spy movies to be very boring.
I can see that. There's some that I like, but I get where you're going.
I never got into the James Bond movies, but specifically Pierce Brosnan is probably, I don't know, the least of all of them I would care about.
I didn't mind him in the movie, but like it could have been anybody else. But I like him. I like his character. I didn't have a problem.
He's so dry. He's so vanilla. He brings nothing.
Yeah.
He's like anybody could have played that, and it wouldn't it would have added more charisma to it. It's like. For me, it's George Clooney and then Pierce Brosnan in terms of dry vanilla.
Well, then you'd be happy to know.
Wait, and then Paul Rudd.
Pierce Brosnan, I guess, was originally up for the role of Cable in Deadpool 2, but then it went to Josh Brolin. So
thank God. That's how awful Pierce Brosnan is. They're like, we'll use an actor we already use.
Yep.
We'll just use him rather than Pierce Brosnan.
I mean, I liked the heroes, the group of heroes in Black Adam. I didn't get enough of them, and I don't know. They're just there. You just meet them. Usually with these movies, you get like a whole movie to be introduced to a character, but when they're just being introduced in an ensemble already, it's kind of hard to really like them that much or care about them.
I liked the superhero character that he should have played, but I don't think he played very well. Be honest with yourself. Answer this question honestly.
Okay.
If no one spoke of or you never saw Pierce Brosnan in a movie ever again, would you have thought twice about it or thought, shit, I missed that guy?
I mean, there's
yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
No, you wouldn't know.
I mean, well, no.
You ever
okay, hold on. No. But there are actors I like more than Pierce Brosnan that I completely forgot about.
If I was driving through like a Burger King drive-in and then saw Pierce Brosnan working the register when I got around to the window, I would be like, oh shit, Pierce Brosnan. I would be like, and then just go to the next window to pick up my food.
Double check that bag of food, make sure you got the right order.
All right. So I thought, all in all, I thought Black Adam was a little cheesy. I thought it was disappointing considering how long we waited for it, and I think that it was like a higher budget Scorpion King.
Yeah, I didn't have high expectations for it, but there are. I mean, I've liked worse movies than Black Adam. I mean it. I've liked worse movies, and because it wasn't bad, it just didn't have like a big spark. Like yes, it was. The action sequences were cool. The story was easy to follow along. The only thing I didn't really like were all the constant flashbacks to back in the days, when he was a slave and shit.
Yeah.
It was just too much. It just felt repetitive. And it's like, the flashback again, but it's like the same location. It's just
still better than 4.
I watched this movie for Superman. I knew that, and this is why I'm giving Black Adam a positive feeling because it's because of The Rock that he brought Superman back. He brought Henry Cavill Superman back. Warner Brothers was done with Superman, and he fought tooth and nail to get Henry Cavill back on screen.
I got respect for that. I'm happy about it, and
I can't believe the studio. He had to fight the studio to put Superman in movies. Like what? Like come on.
Yeah, because the studio over at fucking DC or Warner Brothers has no clue what the audience actually wants to see.
Well, they have. Well, now that they're changing everything, they have the new leadership over there, and they just put James Gunn in charge of the DC movies. So I know you're excited about that.
Yeah, replace one pedophile
Did you watch? Did you watch Peacemaker?
No.
It's actually pretty good.
I would never fucking watch that show.
I take it.
Wait, the show?
Yeah.
Oh. What's the movie that has John Cena as Peacemaker in it?
This is the Suicide Squad, James Gunn.
Oh, yeah, that movie was like below dog shit.
I liked it.
I'd rather stare at a pile of dog shit.
I mean, I do too, but I still like that movie.
Let's see what else about Black Adam. I feel like there was one more thing I was going to say about... no, not really. But yeah, I mean, you're going to see Black Adam because we all heard about the after credit scene.
Yeah.
Which, like, spoilers to who's listening to the long version right now. This is a spoiler alert. This won't be on the final Instagram cut.
Okay.
But obviously, I think most people know by now that Henry Cavill is returning as Superman, and you see him in the after credits. And I went to the movies to see Black Adam, and people are getting up and walking away when it ends, and I'm like, you're missing the best part of the movie, which is just, let's just see Henry Cavill return as Superman. I'm done talking about it.
Let me ask you, will you ever watch Black Adam again?
I don't want to say I will never, but to answer your question, I will not add it to my movie stash. Okay. I won't rewatch it on purpose. If it's on...
What if they switched out Pierce Brosnan?
I would be really excited to see how that would go. Bro, I'm telling you, my list is Clooney, Brosnan, Rudd.
We have a curtain right here. I just imagine Pierce Brosnan just staring at you, like peeking up from that curtain.
He probably wouldn't even peek interesting. He wouldn't even like do it like cool. He would just stand there like fucking weird.
I mean, he served his purpose in Hollywood for the James Bond movies, but other than that, I don't really need... Like, I have no need to see him in anything.
We're all waiting for fucking Brendan Fraser. That's it.
He is back.
I know he's back, but put him in a fucking superhero movie, which he's supposed to be, and that got shelved. And,
well, he's in Doom Patrol.
Whatever, dude. But the point is like, comparing it to an actor that was... an A-lister superstar that went away for so long.
Yeah.
That's who we're excited to see be back.
Who would you bring
Pierce
back?
Brosnan? No.
If you could bring back any of those type of actors from the 90s, who would you want to bring back?
Well, I think they've all been kind of back. You mean that they're alive?
That they're alive, they're just like, you just haven't seen them in movies.
Yeah, Harrison Ford's more involved again, and Michael Keaton's more involved again. Like, this is great stuff. It's fucking fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's move over to Black Panther, Wakanda Forever.
That's right. I was excited for this. We both liked the first Black Panther movie.
Yeah.
A lot. I actually gave that movie a 9.
I did too.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Were you excited for this one?
Very.
And especially knowing that Chadwick Boseman is no longer with us, how did you feel about going into Wakanda Forever? Did you feel like they were going to possibly drop the ball because he's not in it, or what?
Yeah, I thought that it could not be the same again, which obviously it won't be. Mm-hmm. And but I was excited to see how they were going to handle it. And I think that they handled it very well.
Yeah, they handled it great. I like that they... So many times during the movie, I thought that they were going to be doing like a CGI version of him. And I'm so glad that they didn't. Spoiler alert, sorry. But I'm so glad that they didn't. And I thought that they handled his passing very well.
Yeah, you can pick on certain things in the movie, like with the story. Maybe there was some little holes that you could pick on, like, well, that doesn't really add up that much. But I think they didn't ask for him to pass away. They didn't know the actor was going to pass away. It's not their fault. They absolutely did the best they could do. Yeah. And it was great.
Yeah, the only thing that I would say is that it just felt a little long, but even all the parts I really enjoyed. I couldn't decide, I'm like, oh, what could they take out? But if it was like 20 minutes shorter, it would have been golden.
Yeah, for me, the first act is great. Mm-hmm. The third act is solid. Mm-hmm. The second, the middle act, is is way too slow, boring, and long feeling, right? So that's how it was for me. So you want to know which actor in this movie that I was like, I didn't need you to be in it?
Let me. I'm gonna try and guess because you gotta remember who was in. There's a lot of people in this movie. Was it Ironheart? Who was it?
No. Although she wasn't one of my favorite characters. But that's just me. You know that I'm not a giant fan of young kids in movies. Like, they just annoy me a little bit. Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh, yeah. I forgot she was in that movie. I can't stand her in these movies. Ever since she came on, what did she come on first in? Was it the Black Widow movie? Or she was something else?
Black Widow.
No, I think there was a show that she appeared in first. That they first
one of the Marvel shows.
Yeah, I think so. I forget, but I just don't like her.
It was Black Panther at the end where she comes up to the cemetery.
No, that was Black Widow at the end.
Black Widow. What did I say?
You said Black Widow.
That's what. I meant Black Widow.
That purple hair, like trying.
It's
to
like
look
a
young.
blue little strip.
Even if I'm not even familiar with her character, especially in the comics. I don't know if that purple strip is part of the character. But when she wears it, it's just like one of those old ladies who's trying to look young. You know what I mean? And hip. No, thanks. I don't like her. I'm not a big fan of her.
I think she is extremely talented actress, especially in her youth. Like, let's be honest about Julia Louis-Dreyfus, okay? She was born with a silver spoon in her mouth, okay? Oh, yeah. Her father was one of the richest fucking immigrants that came to this country, all right? And probably sent her to the most amazing theatrical schools. There's no doubt that she's extremely talented. Seinfeld, she is unbelievably amazing.
Christmas Vacation,
honestly, one of the most memorable, funniest characters in that.
Yeah.
Like a next door neighbor.
Why is the carpet wet?
But I haven't seen too many of her other shows, but she's in a lot of sitcoms after that. Like Veep, which I've never really got into it, but I've heard that she's amazing in it. And I don't doubt it, but I'm not buying her in movies, and I'm not buying her in superhero movies, and I'm certainly not buying her in superhero movies that are supposed to feel dramatic and epic. So, which brings me to the other thing I want to talk about is Black Panther. The first one, I think, is definitely better than the sequel.
Okay.
I enjoyed it more, but I do feel like it was a sprinkle of epic with very Marvel Disney feel.
Okay.
And I didn't really mind it. It was great. And I think that Wakanda Forever is a lot of epic. They're going for a strong Oscar-nominated presence. And I think that it was very dramatic and emotional, and her character really took away from that. I don't want to see this silly, white old lady with a blue fucking streak in her hair who's not really adding to the drama of it.
It's like when you invite me to go anywhere.
Yeah. But
I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
it's almost like when you see a period piece movie and they use a modern day song in it, it just takes you out of it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Speaking of music, I think that Black Panther, the first one, has one of the best sound scores. They run one of the best scores of any superhero movie. Mm-hmm. I actually love it, and it really gets me in like a pumped up mood. And it's very emotional and dramatic. And I don't like that they didn't use it enough in this sequel. They had their own version of it. Okay. Which I would have... I think is more like dramatic, and slower. I would have liked the other one.
I'd have to hear the score again. It doesn't. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But I mean, I love Black Panther. I love Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. I thought that was great, and I can't wait to watch it again. This is in my movie stash. Is it in your movie stash?
I am adding it to my movie stash. Absolutely.
Did I get to that part too soon?
No, that's okay.
Oh, okay.
I can edit it to be anything I want.
I know, right?
Yeah.
No, dude, yeah. I love the world. I actually really like this director, Ryan Coogler. He's good, dude.
Did he do the first one too?
Yeah, he did the first one. He did this one. He did. I like the world that he built. Mm-hmm. that he can show visually. I think it's really fantastic, especially seeing how like whenever we watch a superhero movie, it's always in like cities that we know and stuff. Like it's refreshing to see it in a different country, in a completely fictional country, and just a really cool different environment inside.
You want to know something, dude?
Yeah.
Out of all the Marvel superheroes, Black Panther is my favorite. Not as a child. As a child, I'd say as a child, I would say Spider-Man.
Okay.
But as an adult, now that they're actually making live-action movies, Black Panther is my favorite. And
do you like him more than Batman?
I said of Marvel.
Oh, Marvel.
And so he is the Batman of Marvel to me.
Okay.
And when Chadwick passed, I think that he was just so perfect for Black Panther. Mm-hmm. And when he passed, it's extremely sad. But I think that they did a really good job. And I think that his sister taking over as Black Panther was fucking great.
Yeah, dude.
Her costume was dope.
I
the Black
love
Panther uniform
her, dude.
is dope. She's so cool.
I thought it was really cool because they would always mock her for like scoffing at tradition, and then her Black Panther costume, the mask, it looked like it had traditional like war paint on it, and I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of cool. It's like almost like a little character art.
But I like it had some gold detail.
Oh yeah, dude, that was really cool.
In the first one, Chadwick or T'Challa rather says that's too flashy for me, but she felt it though.
Yeah.
She's a little flashy. It was pretty dope,
dude. When she spoiler alert, but during that final battle when they finally reveal that she's Black Panther and she's running around fighting, and dude, when she lights up that dude with that Wakanda Forever with the jet engine, that was so cool. That was awesome. That was rad.
It was cool, and I think that I know you don't care about the Oscars. I also think the Oscars is fucking garbage. Like, they're garbage human beings. But I do like seeing what's nominated and stuff, and I always watch it every year. And I do like movies like that probably more than you do. My predictions this year is The Sister, and I'm a piece of shit at that for not knowing the real actress's name.
Oh, I forget.
But The Sister is going to be nominated for Best Actress. The mother, who is played by Angela Bassett is going to be nominated for Supporting Actress.
Yo, she busted out the fucking acting in this, dude.
And I'm saying right now Austin Butler for Elvis is winning Best Actor. And anyway, back to Black Panther. I think Wakanda Forever is going to win a lot of nominations, or at least be nominated for a lot of special effects, story writing, score, things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be exciting. A superhero movie that's... whenever a superhero movie's nominated, the Oscars normally does not fucking nominate superhero stuff. It's always because the guy died. Like Heath Ledger won, you know. But that's not true. You've got Joaquin Phoenix won for The Joker a couple of years ago.
But that wasn't a superhero movie. But it was a comic.
It's a comic book movie. Yeah. I am not at all looking forward to the sequel to that because it's a fucking stupid-ass musical with Lady Gaga. Not looking forward to that.
I am looking forward to it because, you know, I love a good train wreck.
Well, we should watch it and make fun of it.
I mean, I like the director, so.
I like him, too. He's talented.
You're talented. You're talented, little buddy.
Thanks, man. Let's see. There was one more thing I think about Black Panther that I wanted to talk about. I talked about The Sister. She's going to be nominated. Okay. Is there any... Besides it being like a little too long and that middle part being a little too slow and dragged out, what else did you not like about this movie?
I would say, just off the top of my head, the first action sequence with Ironheart, I felt like maybe it was the choreography of her flight and the fighting. It was really hard to judge what was happening when I was watching that sequence. But I've only seen the movie once, and we're sitting kind of close. So I remember during that first escape scene when she was flying around in her first suit, it was kind of hard to make out what was happening when she was flying.
I agree with that. It felt very Fast and the Furious to me. It felt like the Transformers movies.
Yeah. When there's so much shit happening and there's
Michael Bay. It felt like Michael Bay.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. I'm like, wait, is that the flight arm? Is that what is that? It just felt like
explosions on a bridge over water is Michael Bay.
Yeah.
All day.
Exactly.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. But on the second viewing, I'll probably
won't mind it as much again because now I know what to expect, and I like Fast and Furious.
And you're gonna second viewing. You're gonna watch it again.
I think I'll watch it again in the theaters for sure.
Oh, really? Okay.
I want to go to a theater where I can like have cocktails and like be more awake and sit through that middle part, which is a little too slow. So here's what I don't really like about Wakanda Forever is so a lot of people are saying stuff about the guy who's the villain with the little wings on his feet. I'm hearing some stuff that people aren't a giant fan of that. I didn't mind him that much.
I thought he was a good formidable villain.
I thought he was fine. I thought it was a little weird that he's got wings on his feet for no reason.
I think you have to embrace the weirdness, and I like it when directors can take those weird things about characters and make it work in a movie. I thought that they made it work great for him.
So, but here
you did it.
I don't think it worked great for him, but I think the actor actually is really good.
Yeah,
and I felt that he was interesting. The parts with him move slow, and I don't think it's his fault. I think that he did a good job. But the part about his universe that bothered me, and this is my biggest complaint about the movie, is his people that are like these blue Avatar-looking Apocalypse Now type characters. Okay,
yeah.
It bothered me a lot. It was just. I just didn't like it, and it was very ripped off of Avatar, which studios will do that a lot. They know Avatar's coming out this year, and so they're going to put that in your mind and try to piggyback that a little bit. And it also is a ripoff of Apocalypse Now. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Is it the one Mel Gibson directed? That's Apocalypse Now, right? Or Apocalypse?
That's Apocalypto.
Apocalypto, excuse me. Apocalypto, which literally shows one of those tribal people giving birth underwater.
Yeah, okay.
Which is exactly what we see in this movie.
Okay.
It was a giant ripoff of Apocalypto and Avatar.
Okay. I'm like Apocalypse Now.
I'm sorry.
But you know what? I did like the underwater world that they had set up, like their village, their society. I thought that was cool. It was fun to watch. I really liked the environment.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. Yeah, that's it. So for me, the Agometer. Let's go back to Black Adam. The Agometer is at a 6.
Oh, okay. Really, I thought you were going to go lower. You gave it a 6. That's pretty generous.
It's at a 6. It's not in the movie stash, but if it was on, I'd watch it again.
I will. I'm at like a 7.5. I do have to watch it again, but that 0.5 is for Pierce Brosnan.
You're a piece of shit. You're only saying that to piss me off.
Yep.
And Black Panther Part 2, Wakanda Forever, I am at a 8.5.
I'm around an 8. I love Shuri. Dude, she's so awesome.
Yeah, man. She's great.
So great. I like even in the first movie. I fell in love with her in the first movie.
I did too. She was great in that. But if she wins Best Actress, I'll do a cartwheel.
I love what they did with her character.
Do you want to see me do a cartwheel?
No, I never want to see you do a cartwheel.
Wow. What did they do with her first character? What did you say?
No, I like it when she took the super serum from the plant, and when you go into the ancestral plane, like you see your ancestors, but they didn't appear to her. Only Warmonger did, and I thought that was brilliant because that's when I thought that they were going to show Chadwick Boseman. Like CGI.
I was going to be so bad if they did.
I would have been so mad. I love that they did that to her. They gave her Warmonger. Wait, was that Warmonger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Fearmonger, right?
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. Despite it being Michael B. Jordan, I actually really did like it a lot.
I was trying to think, what's his name in the first Iron Man movie?
I don't know.
Okay, but anyway, I thought it was cool that they did Michael B. Jordan, and it kind of like, why couldn't she see her ancestors? I'm
Yeah, she was she's the black sheep of the family.
Yeah,
she's not a Black Panther. She's a black sheep.
Yeah, that's right.
But she was the rebel of the family, so they kept true to character. Dude, it's great. It had me thinking about it days after I saw it.
Don't you love that? It's like an aftertaste when a movie gives you a good aftertaste.
That's right, man.
When you just think about it, you just continually think about it after you've seen it, and that is such great story.
But you know what pisses me off about this movie?
What? Pierce?
So no. Yeah, he's so bad. He pissed me off in this movie. He wasn't even in. What pissed me off about this movie is that we now know for certain you can make a good movie. So you actually do know the formula to make a good movie. The studio actually does know the formula to make a good movie. So they're choosing when not to. Because they know that the dumbed down masses who will buy anything that they shovel in our faces will still go buy tickets. The last Marvel was the recent Thor, which was a heaping pile of dog shit. And, like, you can make good movies. So you actually do know the formula for good movies. So you're just going to, like, throw in our face that you think we're stupid. You know what I mean? That's where I'm taking from the movie. But anyway, let's not end on a downer. Let's end on an upper because I really enjoyed Wakanda Forever.
I loved Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, man. I like it a lot. And I think that we're going to see something in the future with one of my favorite characters is, what's his name? Like Mbappe, I think?
M'Baku.
M'Baku, dude. That guy's so awesome.
Yeah.
And at the end, he comes out of the little spaceship and he's like, I challenge, and it cuts off.
Yeah.
I want to know where that's going to go.
Oh, I think he's going to be the new king of Wakanda. That would be so cool.
Because they couldn't let a woman be fucking...
Well, she didn't want to.
Yeah. Well, also, she's still the queen.
Yeah. All right, everybody. I'm Kevin Lyons.
I'm Agostino Zoida. And this is The Movie Stash. Let's get some more whiskey.
Yeah.